Welcome to Palm Springs Stadium. Cole Paveglio and Stephen Buxton alongside you tonight as it's Game 9 of the Palm Springs Power season as the Power take on the Bombers here in CPCL play. That's California Premier Collegiate League play. The Power coming off a 4-game sweep of the Inland Valley Legends and the Inland Valley Pirates. The Bombers dropped their first 2 in CPCL play. Stephen, it's a scorcher here today in Palm Springs in the Coachella Valley. 108 on the mercury meter and south winds coming out. Flag not really blowing at 6 to 10 miles an hour, but we got another day for beautiful Power baseball, and you could not ask for a better matchup here between the Bombers and the Power. Coach Scott Stanley for the Bombers and head coach Casey Dill for the Power. And Stephen, this is a big matchup here in the third series for the Power.
Yeah, for the Power, they're coming off really kind of almost a shock to the system. They've been playing all these big blowout games, just dominating wins. And then Sunday, Game 1, they win 9-6. Game 2, 4-2. They were down for most of that game. So right here, Connor Batzer out of San Bernardino, he's going to come in and he's hopefully going to have a good start and try and give some length to this pitching staff here that's down a couple arms. And right now, a lot of guys had to be used over this weekend, so they're trying to get some length out of him, trying to, go 4, 5, 6 innings, possibly stretch him out a little bit, and against a fairly solid lineup for the Bombers.
The Bombers lineup, Kevin Harvey leading off, followed by Zach Farrell and Nick Nacarado. Mateo Lake, the DH, batting fourth. Then batting fifth is Gianluca Finelli, followed by Levi Ham, Jason Wright, Ken Humphreys, and Noah Burton. The first pitch is a ball line straight to the glove of Torque in center field. And 1 pitch, 1 out. No better way to start the game if you're Connor Batzer on the L8 for the first out. Batzer, the starter, the battery mate for Connor Batzer. As Reyes, the infield behind him, Manji, Kashimoto, Holler, and Kirkland. The outfield left to right, Perez, Torque, and Brown. Second pitch from Batzer is fired to Zach Farrell, the left fielder. 350 down the lines here in Palm Springs Stadium, 400 dead center. Here as the 1-0 from Batzer is fouled back. Makes it 1-1, evens the count to the left fielder, Farrell.
Yeah, for Batzer, a big thing for him, though, is the return to 2 of his outfielders, Eli Brown and Aiden Torque, playing for the first time in a while today.
The 1-1, a called strike, goes to 1-2 quickly. And Batzer so far looking like it's going to be a day where he's not going to be staying on that mound for a long time as he delivers the 1-2, and that one's just outside as Reyes tried to frame that one. Draws it even at 2-2. 1 out, nothing game here in the top of the first. And there's a strikeout looking for Zach Farrell in the first K of the game for Connor Batzer for out number 2.
Yeah, that's a great pitch by Batzer right there. Speeds him up with the fastball a little bit and throws in a little bit of a breaking ball right there on the edge. Reyes with a solid frame right there. It looked like it could have been a little bit outside. It was really borderline there, but gets him the right frame, gets him the call, and can't ask for much of a better start than 2 quick outs for Batzer.
First pitch was the ball to Nick Nacarado from Chapman University. Playing center field today for the Bombers, and that one's popped up right behind home plate, and going under it is Reyes, and he will lose this one as he drops it. The at-bat stays alive for Nacarado. Those are really hard balls to play if you're a catcher there behind the dish. One thing Reyes didn't do there was turn his back towards the infield, so he's lucky the ball didn't kick fair after going off his glove.
Yeah, for Reyes, it's a tough play. I mean, the ball kind of spins weird coming up from that angle. You're right under it, and it's spinning more towards the field, so you want to get your back towards it. But when it's all the way out there, it's almost a dead sprint out to it, so he just did all he can to get under it and just couldn't pull it in. It's a really tricky play back there.
Last one from Batzer was outside, goes to 2-1, the 2-1. Stays low, goes to 3-1. So first two quick outs for Batzer, and now behind in the count to Nick Nacarado. The 3-1 flied out to right field, and chasing it down is Brown. For the third down is 3 up and 3 down for the Bombers here in the top of the first. And the Power due up next here on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Back on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network, Cole Paveglio and Stephen Buxton here in Game 9 of the season as the Power get ready to face off against Everett Harris from Appalachian State. The Mountaineer on the mound tonight for the Bombers as the Bombers look to get in the win column for the first time in CPCL play as they lost on 2 walk-offs to start their season. In the lineup for the Power and Casey Dill, Cody Kashimoto, Austin Holler, and Noah Blythe leading it off. Aiden Torek, Mark Kirkland, and Alonzo Reyes, 4, 5, and 6. Isaiah Manji, Aiden Perez, and Eli Brown rounding off the lineup for head coach and manager Casey Dill. Harris on the bump for the Bombers. We'll see what the man from the mountainous region of the Appalachians can do as he fires one. Stays below the zone to Cody Kashimoto from St. Mary's for a 1-0 count to start the Powers' turn at the bats. 1-0 from Harris. That one breaks off inside, and just fouling it off is Kashimoto. Draws it to a 1-1 count. Kashimoto, guy that's just looking to get some more pop into his swings. 1-1 from Harris is inside, and that one hits Kashimoto, they say, and Kashimoto will take first base on what looks like, luckily, a breaking ball.
Yeah, Cole, it's going to be really interesting how the Power attack Harris right here. Big guy from App State, not the best year, 18 appearances, 9 ERA. Right now, he's just trying to feel it out. He throws 86 from the right side, but in all reality, it's one of the first or one of only a handful of D1 arms the Power have faced. A lot of the guys they've been going off against, it's been a lot of JUCOs, it's been a lot of D2, D3, NAIA, but I mean, no disrespect to that talent, but like there's a difference between, you know, when you're talking to a guy over at a D3 school compared to App State or Washington State or some of these other schools that have been involved in these games.
It looks like they've called Kashimoto back, so no hit by pitch for Cody Kashimoto.
That's not great for the scorebook.
Hey, that's why I keep scoring pencil. We've had this discussion as a broadcasting group overall about how the best way to keep scoring. I think we've just learned why pencil is the go-to in this game.
I
believe it's a 2-1 count here to Kashimoto, and it is. And now it's a 3-1 count to the shortstop, Cody Kashimoto.
I like the move, though, to put Kashimoto up top on the lineup. He's, again, solid hitter to all fields. He provides that switch hitting element, and right there.
Thought he drew a walk there, as that one was about a ball and a half outside, and that's being generous, saying it's a ball and a half. And it goes to full count on a called strike. And Kashimoto having to be essentially called back from first base 2 times in this one appearance. So full count here from Everett Harris to Cody Kashimoto. Full count delivering. Kashimoto goes down swinging after a at-bat that had a few different endings to it.
Yeah, I was about to go on a bit of a tangent on how he's got some solid play discipline. He's got a solid presence up there, and he provides good speed. And again, the switch hitting element is nice. It's always good to have his glove in the field, but you know, to get 2 free passes taken away in one at bat, that's just a tough break for Kashimoto.
And I think that's why he most likely went down swinging there. Is typically Kashimoto not a guy that strikes out a lot. Puts the ball in play a lot. Another one that does is Austin Holler, who's in a 1-0 count. Holler from Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. Playing second base today. Crouch stance, waggling the bat a bit. Watches the one outside, 2-0. Holler, one of the really good guys, though, for this Power team, who you can always count on to get on base in the midst of a 7-game on-base streak. That one's called a strike, 2-1 to the Hilltopper. Harris peers in, gets the signs. Shakes off a few times, now ready to go with 2-1, delivers that one called a strike as well, and it seems like Steven just 2 batters in for the Power. It's going to be a rather wide strike zone against Harris here.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't really understand where that call's coming from right there. That ball is about 4 balls off the zone.
And there you have Austin Holler going down swinging, a defensive swing really with how the strike zone's been called so far. And when you know the zone's going to be wide, you've obviously got to extend it, but you never know just how far that strike zone's going to be. Is Noah Blythe now up the DH?
Yeah, at this point, it's really just a question of how quickly can Alonzo Reyes and Batzer get a feeling for that and start taking advantage of that and start working the outside of the zone a lot, because it doesn't look like the zone's stretching too much inside, but that outer half is a good 2, 3, 4 balls out if you're framing it right.
Noah Blythe fouled the first one off. Now swings at the second one, so he's down in 0-2 count. So it looks like for the first time in quite some time, the Power might go down 1, 2, and 3 here in the first inning, but Blythe will be hoping to avoid that right here. The 0-2, Harris has 3 up and 3 down via strikeout. And that will do it for the Power here in the first. As now Connor Batzer getting ready to go back out there for the second inning here on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history, experiencing our scenic trails, getting that perfect souvenir. Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
The heart of the order due up for the Bombers, 4, 5, and 6. Mateo Lake, first pitch, swinging as he pops one this a mile high. And Kashimoto calling everyone off on the infield. Fields it for out number 1 for a mile high out. Probably could have touched the peak of Mount San Jacinto behind us. Now Gianluca Finelli up to bat. Finelli from Concordia University in Nebraska. We have a Concordia Tornado in the booth next to us, and our very own E.J. Sanchez is at strike 1 to Finelli. A lot of different Concordias around the country, but our E.J. Sanchez, Concordia Austin, as that one's flied out to right field, and another quick out as Brown fields it. 3 pitches and 2 outs. Could you be any more effective if you're Connor Batzer on the night where you've really got to go deep?
Yeah, for Connor right here, this is kind of how he's going to have to pitch. He doesn't have the most overpowering stuff in the world. His fastball sits around 85 to 88 in that range. He'll throw a two-seam in there. He'll throw a curveball, slider, changeup. He's working on a new kind of changeup, but he's probably not going to be throwing it in games a ton. But he throws that Vulcan type that he's just trying to hope it runs arm side a little more and just miss bats. But right now he's going to live off of soft contact. He doesn't strike out a ton of batters, but as long as he can keep the ball on the ground, it's going to be a good thing for the power.
Quickly 0-2 to Levi Ham, as that last one, though, was outside. 1-2 now. To the man from Point Loma Nazarene University, the 1-2 fouled off to the netting. Keeps it at 1-2. What a pitch, though. The Vulcan change. Not a lot of guys go with the Vulcan grip on a changeup, but we'll see how Batzer fares with that. The 1-2. The 1-2 chopped right side, field on a few hops is Holler. He's got time to get it over easily to Kirkland for the third out on a 4-3 put out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on for the Bombers. The Power due up next on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network, Aiden Torek back in the lineup, leading it off here in the second inning. Mark Kirkland and Alonzo Reyes follow him. Good to have Aiden Torek, though, back in the lineup, who's been off to a blazing start this season, 2 home runs in 2 games, and trying to come out with a big hack there, but comes up empty against Everett Harris, 0-1.
Yeah, it's good to have Torek back. He's a big power threat in this lineup. I mean, again, we've said it a million times, for not being the biggest guy in the world, he just crushes the ball. I mean, when you watch him take BP.
As he hammers this one, but it's going to be a mile high again. And calling everyone off is the center fielder, Nakarado, for out number 1. But as you saw right there, or I guess if you heard right there, just how much pop in his bat he has even when he doesn't get it fully.
Yeah, the ball just jumps off of his bat. And so having him out of the lineup for the last couple of days, the Power haven't really skipped a beat, but it's just always good to have that extra layer to that order.
Now the free swinging Mark Kirkland watches the first one. Kirkland, I think, one of the few guys on the Power team who actually wears his socks showing with his pants high. 1-0 count to Kirkland. Watches that one 2-0.
I like the look.
It's definitely in a more retro vintage style. It's what I opted for. But not many players on this Power team opt to show their socks, their black socks, red jerseys, white pants. 2-0. And a big swing there from Kirkland as he almost swung it out of his shoes. The Bombers wearing black jerseys on this 105-plus day and gray pants. It's got to be rough if you're a Bomber right now, as it's a 2-1 count to Kirkland as he watches that one. Outside 3-1 to the big first baseman.
Cole, I know he just tried to hit that ball all the way over to Indio, and I know he was the one who said it, but I don't think we've ever seen a guy who's got an 11-4 walk to strikeout ratio be called free swinging.
3-1 as he watches that one, as he'll draw the walk on the 3-1 count. Now, Alonso Reyes, who made his Power debut mere days ago. Backstop. Now batting. And we'll see what he can do here from UC Irvine, the Anteaters. Watches the first one for a called strike on the outer black, as that zone continues to be rather wide. Not too egregious at times, but there are times where it can be. 0-1 to Reyes from Harris, the big leg kick, and a slider in there for a called strike 2.
Yeah, that's just a good pitch right there. You get the call outside, so you start working it in with that right-handed slider. That's going to be breaking towards Reyes, and that caught a lot of the plate, but like from where it was coming out of, it probably looked like it was way off the plate when it started.
Fires the next one outside and sets down Reyes swinging for his 4th strikeout already, and this is rather abnormal for the Power with this many strikeouts in just the second inning already with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. 0-0 game still between the Bombers and the Power. And Stephen, you mentioned it, D1 pitcher on the mound in Everett Harris is Isaiah Manji. Watches the first one yanked outside.
And it's a bit of a difficult adjustment, too, because for being a pretty big guy, he's 6'2" out there on the mound. He's got a lower 3/4 arm angle. His release point is only 5'8" off the ground when most guys his size are way higher.
Soft chopper left side charging on is Humphrey, and he gets it over to first for the 3rd out and the 5-3 put out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Power. They're held scoreless through 2. We head to the 3rd here on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
2 locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
It's been 6 up and 6 down for the Bombers against Batzer in the first pitch swinging again. Jason right now, though, and being called off by everyone, or calling everyone off, is Aiden Torek for first pitch, first out here in the third. And what a bunch of free swinging teams here tonight so far.
Yeah, Cole, it's not like they're swinging that bad pitches right now, but at this rate, I mean,
I guess the game plan is just, if it's in the zone, you got to go after it for both teams. With Batzer setting guys down on a very few pitches in a first pitch swing on one upstairs, Cannon Humphreys, third baseman. Humphreys from the Colorado School of Mines, 0-1. That one's called strike, and a good framing job there by Reyes. Quickly 0-2. 0-2, Batzer sets, brings the ball down to the belt. Hard chopper left side. Kashimoto fields it cleanly and gets it to first for a quick second out. A lot of quick innings, though, so far through 2 and 2 outs of innings. 2 full innings and 2 outs. Now Noah Burden, second baseman, facing Connor Batzer for the first time. Batzer fires a pitch in there for a strike to the man that's a UTD Comet. That's University of Texas, Dallas. My younger sister actually went there and played D3 volleyball for the Comets. Their mascot, T-Mock, and it's just Comet spelled backwards. Fun fact. And, man, another strikeout there for Connor Batzer, and that one looking for the third out, and it's again 3 up and 3 down for the Bombers. It's 9 up and 9 down, and the Power set to come up next on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network. Both teams have gone down quickly through 2.5 innings of work, and for 55 years, the old Spaghetti Factory has been family-owned and operated. Visit today and start your own family tradition with affordable meals, excellent service, and a beautiful setting. And right now, we have a beautiful setting as Aiden Perez, the left fielder, leading off for the Power. And good a spot of any to get the first hit for the Power here on this beautiful Tuesday evening game as Perez digs in. Both teams, though, the pitchers being very efficient, whether it's Harris or Batzer. And first pitch swinging, another towering fly ball, this time to left field off the bat of Perez, and Nacarado calling everyone off again for another fly ball out, another first pitch First out of the inning. Stephen Buxton will be taking over next inning for the middle innings, as it's been a quick first through 2.5 innings of work, and that one is just a bit outside from Harris as it's 1-0 to Eli Brown, the right fielder. Brown back in the lineup after missing a few days. Brown, hands held high in the slight crouch, watches that one 2-0.
Yeah, Cole, so for the Power today, it's going to be a game full of just adjustments, and how quickly they can adjust to that wide outside half of the zone, and how quickly they can adjust to Harris on the mound right here. He's not a huge guy, but he's a bigger guy. He's 6'2" off the mound, but it's just a different angle that they've seen all day. Back to the release point of his pitches, it's almost a foot lower than Connor Batzer's pitches. If you look at the release height on TrackMan right here, he's sitting anywhere from 5'4" to 5'7", which is a couple inches lower than his actual height. And when Connor Batzer, he's been sitting anywhere from 6'2" to 6'5". I've seen him hit 6'6" too. And with how far off the mound Harris is getting, I mean, that extension, it's hit 6'7" at times. It's just coming at you from way closer. It's coming at you from a different angle. And it's just a whole different arsenal that the Power haven't seen a ton of.
Full count to Brown facing Harris here. And you mentioned all that and the angle at his attack. And that one's laced right field, but straight to the glove of Finelli for an L9 for the second out. You have to also account that Harris coming down the mound, so a lot of really downward movement on his pitches. It's kind of amazing how far or how low his arm slot is compared to his height when you account for the mound height, his height, and now Cody Kashimoto went down on strikes to lead off the game, watches one outside.
And it's almost two completely different pitching styles that they're seeing. Again, Harris, he's going to be working with a lot more lateral movement. He throws that slider in there. When Batzer on the mound, he's working from way up high all the way up top, and he's trying to get downward movement on his changeup, downward movement on that curveball. It's a little bit of a more loopy slider that he'll be trying to do.
1-1 to Kashimoto, and that one is inside, call for a strike. 1-2 to the shortstop. You've really got to think Harris really built to pitch in Boone, North Carolina, where Appalachian State is. Very mountainous there. 1-2, and Kashimoto fouls it off into the glove of Reyes. Make that right. It's another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Power. Coming up next is Stephen Buxton, his play-by-play on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Welcome back. Top of the fourth here in Palm Springs on the Power Broadcasting Network. Stephen Buxton, Cole Paveglio here with you, and top of the Bombers lineup due up. Kevin Harvey just gets drilled with a changeup right there.
First base runner for the Bombers comes the painful way. I mean, it's been 9 up and 9 down with just 2 strikeouts, though, from Batzer, and it's really been, if it's even near the zone, these Bombers are swinging away, which, I mean, if that's your plan of attack, it's good, but if you're swinging at bad pitches, then it's one thing else.
Well, the only thing it's been good for, Batzer checks back on Harvey. He's back there in time. Only thing it's been good for is pace of play.
Pace of play immaculate right now here in Palm Springs.
Zach Farrell, the left fielder, steps in, and he'll foul that one off into the first base stands.
Farrell from Army West Point. So a Black Knight. Very used to wearing black, and I mean, it's a different thing, I think, when you're here in Palm Springs, though, wearing these black jerseys.
0-1 pitch, driven out into center. Both runners will take a base right there. Farrell gets the first hit of the game.
First hit of the game, as you mentioned, I mean, this is not something we've been used to seeing, Steven. These very low potent offense teams, or I mean high potent offensive teams, and now finally hit in the 4th inning. This is the longest it's taken any team we've seen to get a hit throughout 9 games.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of the game we had on Saturday against the Legends. Power went down fairly early, and it was kind of back and forth. I'm sorry, not on Saturday. That was a game on Thursday. The game on Thursday against the Victory, though, went down fairly early, kind of back and forth until the middle innings, and Power came on top here, but haven't had a ton of low-scoring, scoreless games in general, as the 0-1 pitch from Batzer. Just high against Nick Nacarado, the center fielder for the Bombers. Nacarado out of Chapman, California native, like many of these guys are. The 1-1 pitch almost catches the corner, but a little low. It'll be 2-1. 2 on for the Bombers right now. Again, Zach Farrell on first, Kevin Harvey on second, off of a hit by pitch and a single out to center field. Batzer's 2-1 pitch. Driven out into left field. Going back on it is Perez, and he'll take that one for the first out.
And you talk about the Power's offensive potency. 92 runs scored entering today, holding their opponents to 32 over 9 games. And right now, both teams, no runs on the board. And this is definitely the first for the Power this season, not scoring through their first 3 times up to bat. We'll see how they answer back, though, throughout the rest of the game.
First pitch to Mateo Lake, just outside for ball 1. But it's a first for a lot of things today. It's a first for a lot of these new guys playing together. Again, there's Alonso Reyes in the lineup, Cody Kashimoto, Aiden Perez. They've played together, but they haven't played with Eli Brown yet as he comes back. 1-0 pitch swung on for a strike. And with that whole new lineup construction, again, it's early in the season. A lot of these guys are trying to figure out how to play with each other. But right now, it's just continuing to get that gelling together. And they haven't struggled yet with that so far. It's been pretty seamless. But, I mean, it's down to simple things like having a new catcher, which Batzer and Reyes, that's a new battery mate for them. And they've got Mateo Lake in a 1-2 count with 1 out here in Palm Springs. Still a tie game, though. 2 runners on, first and second. And Batzer coming down on the mound. And that one gets by Reyes and just stays on that back netting. Both runners will advance, but nothing more.
And I mean, that one just scored it past Reyes right between the wickets, really, allowing the runners to move up 90 feet. And this is the first time either team has had a chance to score.
Runners on second and third. Batzer's 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight into the parking lot.
Looking for a shallow fly ball here if your bats are just trying to do some weak contact to get Lake to pop out to get the second out.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed.
He did even better than inducing weak contact. He induced no contact at all for his third strikeout in the second out here in the fourth, and now an opportunity to work out of this inning, going unscathed still.
Batser with third K of the day, second out of the inning. He can get out of it with just a ground ball here. First pitch, catches the corner against Gianluca Finelli. Right fielder for the Bombers. But Finelli trying to score at least one of his teammates. Again, runners on second and third. It's Zach Farrell on second, Kevin Harvey on third. After a passed ball, both runners advanced. 1-1 pitch from Batser. Catches the zone. He gets it to 2 strikes.
And really in this spot here, I think we can expect to see something inside against Finelli, as that one was on the outer black.
Just caught that kind of shadow zone right there. 1-2 pitch right here. Little looper out to center. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. Farrell's coming around third. 2 RBI single for Gianluca Finelli. Power down early on. It's
That's
be
not something that we have to say too often, that the power are down. But this weekend was one of those weekends where the power actually did deal with being down a few times against the Inland Valley Pirates. And both times the power during that doubleheader came out on top. And Mark Kirkland thought there on the pickoff that he got Gianluca Finelli leaning, but Finelli called safe.
Now here comes Levi Ham, the first baseman for the Bombers. First pitch, swung on and missed.
Ham, the second player with a food last name that I've covered. I've also covered from The Ohio State, Trey Pancake. So Pancake and Ham. I don't know if that sounds like a good breakfast combo or not, but now 0-2 to Ham.
Back-to-back change-ups to start up that bat for Batser. Might be pitching him backwards here. Catches the top corner of the zone right there. 0-2 pitch, 2 outs. Driven out to left field. Perez going back under it. He'll camp it and gets it for the third out. Power, 2 scored against them, but they limit the damage. Batser gets out of it, and we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Austin Haller, Noah Blythe, Aiden Torek due up. We'll be right back on the Power Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for...
Welcome back. 2-0 ball game here in Palm Springs. Power up to bat Austin Haller, Noah Blythe, Aiden Torek will lead off the 4th inning. Stephen Buxton, Cole Paveglio here. Cole, it's been a while since the Power have been down.
Yeah, it's been quite a long time since the Power have been down like this. I mean, right now things not looking good in the hit column. If you're wondering what that number looks like, it looks more like a donut than a crooked number. So that's your best description of the number that you'll get from us here in the booth, as Austin Haller leading it off. And Haller, though, really one of the best options to get a crooked number up in that hit column and to help you get into that run column as well.
Haller, one of a handful of guys who's really been driving this lineup so far, set to face off against Harris. Watches ball 1, bounce in front of the plate. Hitting .467 so far this year. On base, a .543 slugging, .467, a .1010 OPS. He has been huge for this lineup.
And I mean, he has a 6-game hitting streak on a 7-game on-base streak. And right now, though, as things are, that could be broken tonight, that on-base streak. But with how Haller plays the game of baseball, we'll probably see some weak contact sometime tonight that he somehow manages to keep that streak alive and reset his hit streak as well. Known as a big OBP guy. Won't show a lot of pop, but definitely will get on for you.
Yeah, .543 on base percentage speaks for itself. 2-1 pitch. Driven out to left center field. Camping under that is Farrell, and he'll take that for a quick first out for the Bombers.
And the rough part about that is that it was really well struck, and I mean, just Farrell drifted over and got there before the ball dropped, but really well struck. Managed to hit it the other way and just know when to help knock it down. On a day that we've seen where the wind's been blowing a lot, I think that would have been a hit there for Haller. His time is called by Scott Stanley, the manager/coach for the Bombers, and not too sure. And it looks like Everett Harris's day is done here. And not too sure why Harris's day would be done, but
yeah,
it looks like that's what it will be.
It doesn't look like it's any sort of injury. I mean, he came up and hugged him. Everyone's shaking hands. It just looks like he might have just reached a pitch limit. So we'll have a pitching change. We'll be right back in a minute here on the Power Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back. 4th inning here in Palm Springs on the Power Broadcasting Network. Power down 2-0, and kind of an awkward spot right here. Harris for the Bombers, their starting pitcher. Everett Harris was absolutely dealing. 5 Ks, 1 walk in 3 1/3, and kind of a sudden pitching change right here, but in comes Eric Ratter. And he faces off against Noah Blythe, who drives that one into the gap. That's going to get down for the first hit of the game. Blythe will jog into second, and Power have a man in scoring position for Aiden Torek coming up.
And just like that, that no-hitter is broken, as really Harris must have just hit his pitch count for the afternoon, was absolutely dealing, as you mentioned. If he was a dealer at any kind of poker table, man, you would not want to be going against him if you were at the blackjack table with how he was dealing for the Bombers there. I mean, really just absolutely silencing the Powers bats, who have been explosive all season long so far.
Ratter with a runner on. He'll face off against Aiden Torek, who cuts right through that first pitch. 0-1 count. And again, it's kind of an awkward move, but with how summer teams are managed, how a lot of these Division I arms are managed, in all reality, he probably just hit a pitch count right there.
And I think that kind of shows how Scott Stanley might manage this team. I mean, hey, if you set a pitch count, you got to stick to it, and I think he's just stuck to his job right there of making sure that Harris gets back to the Mountaineers.
Torek drives that one down the line, and that's fair. Going into the corner, Blythe'll practically walk to home plate. Torek into second, rounds around, but he'll stay right there, and power on the board just like that. 2-1.
I mean, it's got to be rough if you're Everett Harris and you see your team give up a run right after you come out, and you were absolutely silencing the bat of the Powers. I mean, you were taking all explosiveness out of the bats by fanning 5 batters that you faced, and then right away you come out and the Power put up a crooked number in the hit column and the run column.
And what better spot for the Power to be as Mark Kirkland takes that one out into left field. That's going to get down off of Farrell's glove. Torek's going to stay where he is because he had to hold up worrying about whether that was going to get caught or not. But it's going to be a runner on first and second, and Alonzo Reyes coming up.
I mean, really just a little bit of a looper right over the head of the third baseman Humphrey, and Farrell had to come charging on, gave it his best effort, went into the slide and the swipe, but just managed to knock it down, and you mentioned Torek had to watch it fall.
Alonzo Reyes watches the first pitch for a strike. Again, what a better spot for the Power to have this change and greet a new pitcher with the heart of their lineup. Noah Blythe, Aiden Torek, Mark Kirkland, the first 3 to face off against Ratter. Throws in a little curveball right there, misses the zone. It's 1-1.
Now you got Alonzo Reyes just leaving Cerritos College for UC Irvine and really jumped onto the scene for the Power this past weekend.
Takes that one for a strike, and it was kind of a sudden turnaround for Reyes. He's leaving Long Beach, or he left Long Beach State, went over to have a year in Cerritos. Really just didn't have a fully shelled out spot in that roster over in Long Beach, but did his time at Cerritos, had a great year, and now he'll be moving on to UC Irvine as he fouls that one right off his foot. And now it's just an opportunity for him to see some more Division I arms, really get into the groove of things, and at times work on his versatility. He didn't come up as a catcher. He came up as a third baseman, corner infielder, and that was really a bright spot for both Cerritos and for UC Irvine. They really liked having him as a backup infielder for his days where he's not right behind the plate. But for the Power right here, he'll primarily be a catcher.
I mean, when you got a great arm, those are 2 great spots to be third base and the backstop.
1-2 pitch, a little chopper to first, throw down to second, back to first, could get the double play, and they got it. Bombers strand a couple for the Power, but they get on the board. It's 2-1 going into the 5th. We'll be right back on the Power Broadcasting Network.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round.
To keep up to date with everything Palm Springs Power, follow us on social media. Follow the Power on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Palm Springs Power, or visit our website at palmspringspowerbaseball.com. 2-1 ball game here in Palm Springs. Stephen Buxton, Cole Paveglio here. Power going into the top of the 5th inning. Bottom of the Bombers lineup due up. Both teams scoring the first runs, getting the first hits in the 4th inning. And Connor Batzer back out there on the mound. Fires in his first pitch to Jason Wright, and that just misses the zone.
Batzer works from that first base side of the rubber.
1-0 pitch, catches the corner for a strike, and you'll see a lot of different guys on this Power roster. They'll work from either the extreme first or third base side, and for a lot of them, it's either a preference of feel or their arm slot makes them feel like it's more deceptive to the hitter.
I mean, some guys you just want to feel like you're throwing the ball straight at them. I mean, with Batzer, he works from that first base side of the rubber. So here against Wright, who's the lefty bat, looks like he'll be tailing away from him.
1-2 pitch from Batzer, skied out to center field. Torrek's coming in on it. He'll call everyone off and take that for the first out.
One of those plays there in the outfield where going out there also is Kashimoto, and everyone wants to make the play, obviously, but the biggest thing is to get the out, and Torrek, the captain of the outfield, has the best eyesight or the best eye line, calling everyone off and making sure no one makes a collision.
Cannon Humphrey in here for the Bombers, takes a first pitch strike, grounded out to short in the 3rd inning. And I was talking to Brendan Thiels earlier today, and he said for him the side of the rubber he pitches on it, he pitches from an extreme third base side, and it's really because he feels like to the hitter, it feels like he's throwing it from behind them almost. 0-2 pitch from Batzer, just low, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I mean, we both got to talk to Thiels, and he feels like if he worked from the first base side, it'd be coming from behind him. And with his great length, really, anywhere he works from is going to look like he's coming behind to a right-handed batter, and to a lefty, it looks like it's going to be starting all the way out here in no man's land on the third base side, and it snaps back into the strike zone.
2-2 pitch from Batzer in the dirt, full count.
I mean, there's just so many ways to deceive batters as a pitcher, and Batzer is one of those guys that just brings it right over the top, essentially.
Batzer release point at 6-5, and that ball gets driven out. Lazy fly ball out to center field, and that'll be caught by Aiden Torek again. 2 outs here in Palm Springs in the top of the 5th inning. Bottom of the lineup, Noah Burton, the 9-hole hitter. Second baseman for the Bombers up. Trying to extend this inning, trying to get it to the top of the lineup. Burton's first pitch, just low.
I mean, there's guys that deliver it from essentially the 9 o'clock hour or the 3 o'clock hour, and there's so many different time slots to work from.
Burton skies it way up there, and that's going to be hauled in by Manji. 3 up, 3 down for the Power here, and they'll go back up to hit in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back on the Power Broadcasting Network.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history, experiencing our scenic trails, getting that perfect souvenir. Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
It's a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
2-1 ball game here in Palm Springs. Back for the bottom of the 5th. Isaiah Mongi, Aiden Perez, and Eli Brown due up for the Power. 7, 8, and 9. And they're facing off against Eric Ratter, Cole Paveglio, Stephen Buxton here for the action. And Isaiah Mongi hoping to extend what the Power did last inning. First pitch up for a ball. Last inning, Austin Haller flew out to left, but they decided to pull Harris, the starting pitcher, after just 3 1/3. And he was dealing 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs. And from the moment Mongi drives that one out to deep left field, going back on it is Farrell, and he's going to catch that at the warning track.
And, man, that's just a hard-struck ball. But here in the cavernous outfield of Palm Springs Stadium, where it's 350 to the foul poles and 400 dead center, and no wind blowing in today, no wind at all, really. I mean, just a really difficult park for these collegiate players to hit anything out of. And it's amazing that we saw Mongi hit that one all the way to the warning track and just died right there in front of the outfield.
Caught by one left fielder, another one steps in to hit. As Ratter's first pitch goes up for a ball against Aiden Perez. And for the Power again, from the moment Ratter stepped in, it went double, double, single, and they scored a run. And that one's not going to right there. Perez skies that one out to center field.
2 quick outs.
Nacarado takes that one in for, again, a quick second out.
And really, I mean, everything's been well struck by the Power tonight, and both teams, I mean, it's just finding gloves. Sometimes it's your night, and you get these well-struck balls. I talked to Cody Kashimoto before the game, and, you know, you can hit a ball 100 miles off the bat, but you just get unlucky and it finds the glove of the shortstop or the second baseman. And right now, that's how it's been for both teams really tonight.
Eli Brown flew out to right in his first at-bat back. And right here, he's ahead the count 2-0. Brown had a just fire-hot start for the Power. Through 3 games, 600 average. But again, he's missed a chunk of time. Takes that one for a strike. And it's his first day back. Through 14 plate appearances, he scored 7 runs, had 6 hits, an 800 slugging percentage. So Coach Dill's got to be happy to have him back, but right now he's in a 2-2 count. With 2 outs. Eric Ratter kicks and deals, and that one's well outside.
And I think the best thing to see about Eli Brown is that he's putting the bat on the ball, really, after missing a few games. It's always good to see that you're still making contact. It might not be getting you a hit, but at least you're putting bat to ball.
Doesn't need to put bat to ball there. Eli Brown with the walk. and Power have the top of the lineup coming up.
Best spot to be when you're looking to cut back into a game, as the Power is still down 1-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Not something the Power have had to do a lot. They had to do it both times this past weekend against the Pirates.
Cody Kashimoto, switch hitting shortstop, still hitting lefty tonight. Steps in and takes the first pitch for a ball.
Seen him bat right-handed once or twice in total. A switch hitter. Great skill to have for the man from Hawaii.
Kashimoto watches the 1-0 pitch, well down for ball 2. And if I'm Kashimoto, with how the Power have been hitting it this year for all fields, I mean, I'm staring at that left center gap, and I'm just hoping to drive something right there.
Definitely a wide left center field gap right here as Nacarado and Farrell. Nacarado really being the one playing for a pole about 10 steps to his left or right. And Farrell playing about regular left field position, so big gap in left center field.
Back-to-back walks for Eric Ratter right here. 4-pitch walk to Cody Kashimoto.
When you can't get a hit, I mean, the best option you got really is to just draw some walks, and the Power doing that right here. And really a good spot in the lineup to draw some walks, because now you got Austin Holler, known as the on-base machine. Really could do some damage here for the Power with his skill of putting bat to ball.
Jason Wright with a quick meeting out to Eric Ratter, and hoping to change something up right there, because that's 5 straight balls for the righty.
Mound visit coming up here for the Bombers in a big spot here. Someone is getting warm. That is.
Yeah, they've got Chandler Cameron out there.
So we'll see if they make the move, but it looks like the way that Chandler Cameron is throwing down there, it looks like he's still warming up, so it won't be a pitching change yet. But, I mean, you could not ask for a better spot right here. It's the number 2 batter, Austin Holler, and Holler, one of the most productive batters on this Power team. Holler does damage quietly, but he does a lot of damage when he does so. One of the batters on this team that has multi-RBI game with 3 in one single game this season. The Hilltopper right now with the Power looking to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, the La Mirada native plays his college ball out at Western Kentucky, and he's hoping to possibly give him the lead with one swing right here.
Thing with Holler is he's got great vision at the plate, so if it's not in that shadow zone, you know that Holler will not be chasing a bad pitch.
First pitch against Holler was a ball. 1-0 pitch right here. Finally catches the zone. Ratter with the first strike and 7 pitches right there. It's a 1-1 count. Holler again, he's got 2 on. It's Eli Brown on second. Cody Kashimoto on first on back-to-back walks. 1-1 pitch. It's low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Gotta love Holler's approach at the dish. If it's not something that he can handle well and it's not a deep count where he's got to fight it off, he'll just let it go and watch the next one and hopefully get something better, which right here in a 2-1 count, he'll be looking for something good.
Holler, watch a strike 2, just catch the top of the zone.
Now we'll see Holler choke up a bit more, shorten up that swing, and try to just poke it to the opposite field and get a ball in play and hope the Power can get another run on the board.
Deuces wild here in the 5th. Holler chops that one down the third base line, and he'll race after it and beat Eli Brown to the bag to get the out. Humphreys gets that 3rd out for the Bombers on a hot shot from Austin Holler, and the Power go down quietly. They'll go back out for the 6th inning, and we'll be right back for the Power Broadcasting Network.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching. Rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back here in Palm Springs. Power down a run against the San Diego Bombers. It's a 2-1 game, and Bombers sending the top of their lineup up for the 6th. Connor Batzer still on the mound for the Power, and he'll face off against Kevin Harvey, who crushes one to short, and Cody Kashimoto with possibly play of the year.
What a play there by Kashimoto. Full extension for the man. That had to extend every single inch of his body to get to that one. Flashed in the leather, just getting enough behind it to get the out. And what a play for Kashimoto.
Kashimoto might have just robbed Kevin Harvey of extra bases. 97 off the bat right there. And
that's the game of baseball epitomized right there. Well-struck ball, and you just find a glove on an amazing play. And Kashimoto might get himself player of the game for that defensive gem right there. I mean, with just 3 hits for the Power and 2 for the Bombers, not a lot of players to choose from for player of the game, but Batzer and Kashimoto right now after that Kashimoto play.
0-2 pitch right back to Kashimoto. He'll collect it, fire it down to Kirkland. Throw a little bit away, but Kirkland keeps the foot on the bag. It's 2 quick outs for the Power.
And everything involving Kashimoto right now. And what a play, though, by Kirkland on first as well to keep a toe on the bag to record the out. Some great footwork by the first baseman. Had to go to the backside of the bag. Looks like the umps are discussing this one here. They are confirming the out. So 2 outs here in the 6th.
Cole, I saw them discussing that and was sweating it out again after early on had to scratch out the hit by pitch against Kashimoto.
I'm telling you need to come back to the pencil side of things of scoring baseball.
Connor Batzer kicks and deals, and that one's dished out to. Did Aiden Perez just catch that?
He did indeed, and that is 2 web gym plays here in the 6th. And what a defensive series by the Power.
Aiden Perez lays out for a lazy fly ball and again robs the Bombers of a hit. Power with a quick inning. They'll go back up to hit at the bottom of the 6th. Noah Blythe, Aiden Torque, Mark Kirkland due up. We'll be right back.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
There's some
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
There's something winning in the...
Welcome back. 2-1 game here in Palm Springs. Stephen Buxton, Cole Paveglio here as the Power send the heart of their lineup up. Noah Blythe, Aiden Torek, Mark Kirkland, and they've got a new pitcher on the mound. San Diego Bombers send out Chandler Cameron. Uncommitted righty who kicks and deals, and first pitch is just outside.
Steven, I don't know if Super Serum somehow got into the water for the Power's gloves, but what a couple of plays there at the top of the 6th to record 2 big outs by Kashimoto and Perez, making 2 great plays.
Yeah, Cody Kashimoto with an absolute diving web gem to start the 6th inning, laying out to his right. All 5'7" of him needed right there, and then right after that, Aiden Perez lays out in left field, robs the Bombers of another hit. And you know what? Something's in the water here. We've got the interns singing now.
It's been one of those nights that something is just different. I don't know what it is. If it's finally the weather starting to get to us and making some of us delirious, or maybe the players are just loosening up and making these great plays because they're finally relaxing a bit. 2-1
pitch. Gets well away from right, all the way to the backstop. It's going to be 3-1. Yeah, a fun atmosphere here tonight. Solid crowd. And, we got to see Griffin McDaniel, Griffin Epstein, Sean Liu all sing at the 6th inning. And that pitch is well outside. Noah Blythe with a quick 5-pitch walk. He'll go to first, and Aiden Torek back up for the Power. Had the RBI double back in the 4th inning, and hoping for a lot of the same right here.
No better man to be up to the dish with no outs and a runner on. A lot of pop in the bat with Torek as he watches the first one for a called strike, but Torek could do a lot of damage with just one swing, as we've seen him do before this season.
Torek, 2 home runs already on the year. He's got the only 2 for the Power, and he has just hammered baseballs this year. 1 pitch, skied out to shortstop. Harvey's going to settle under that and take it for an out.
One of those ones where he got just way too under it and it sent it a mile high for an easy pop out for Harvey to camp out under it. But if you flatten out the swing a bit, maybe get on level with the ball a bit more, that one could have been one of those ones where it's driven a long way out for Torek, but just got to adjust the swing next time up if you face that same pitch.
Mark Kirkland up. He already walked today. And he sends a hot liner to first base, down to second, back to first for the double play. Another quick inning for the Bombers, and Power go down quietly. Bombers will send up the middle of their lineup, Mateo Lake, Gianluca Finelli, and Levi Ham up for the 7th inning. We'll be right back. Get wild this Wednesday at Palm Springs Stadium. Every Wednesday night, enjoy Palm Springs Power Baseball and $4 spicy watermelon margaritas, presented by Luxury Pools Design and Construction. Tickets are available at the Palm Springs Stadium box office on game day. Your cold $4 margarita is waiting for you at a Power Baseball game this Wednesday.
Cole Paveglio and Stephen Buxton, we were just talking to Jace Cicinelli during the break, though, and what a weird game we're having is it's already in the latter thirds is watching that one. The last two pitches, it's a 1-1 count to Mateo Lake. It's actually 2-0. The called back is it's now 2-1.
It's the perfect game for the Power right now. I mean, it's been a quick game. There's been fantastic defense. Again, last inning, Cody Kashimoto, Aiden Perez with two fantastic plays, just robbing the Bombers of hits, but it's also preserving the pitching staff.
2-2 count quickly to Mateo Lake, the DH, for the Bombers. And the Bombers right now looking to get their first victory in CPCL play. And the Power winning streak dating back to last year currently on the line as they're down 2-1. Mateo Lake just catches a piece of that one to stay alive at 2-2. But that 27-game win streak right now, Steven, it's looking a little dicey if they'll be able to keep that alive. But this past weekend, the Power in a 2-2 game against the Pirates came out with a 4-2 victory. Chopper right side, field on a few hops is Holler, and he will flip it on over to first for the out on the 4-3 put out. Gianluca Finelli now flied out. An RBI single back in the fourth for the right fielder from Concordia. Facing Batzer all the way here in the seventh. What a start from Batzer, though, as that one's looped to right field, and charging on is Brown, but it will drop in front of Brown for a looping single.
Yeah, Cole, I know he's down 2-1 right now, but, I mean, he's taken the Power all the way into the seventh inning. I mean, he's had a fantastic start so far tonight, and
definitely the longest start we've seen of a Power pitcher this season is Levi Ham, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out in a fly out to his tally. Open stance facing Batzer for the third time. Batzer checks Finelli, fires outside to the first baseman.
I mean, you get Batzer a couple runs right now, and we're looking at a perfect player of the game candidate.
Kyle Mosley got player of the game on Saturday's game as that one's pounded for a strike, 1-1. Mosley 9 strikeouts in his start in 5 innings. Got the first win as a starter on the season for the Power. It's a 1-1 count, blooped on the infield. And Manji calling off the infield for the second out. Another 2 quick outs here in the seventh. And Jason Wright, the backstop, digging in now for the Bombers, and Scott Stanley is the Bombers from San Diego looking to get the W here after they lost 2 heartbreakers on walk-offs to start their season on Saturday. And Wright watches one for a called strike right on the black. Absolute dot for strike one. Finelli on first, Wright awaiting the 0-1 from Batzer. The 0-1 from Batzer in there for a called strike as it slides in.
Yeah, Batzer gets the first pitch called on that corner right there, just goes right back to the exact same spot, throws a little curveball in there, and I mean, it's the perfect pitch to freeze Humphreys right here.
0-2. That stays outside. Goes to 1-2. Looking for that front door breaker here against Wright, the lefty. And with that snap that he has as he delivers over the top, Batzer really can fool a lot of batters around the top of the strike zone. 1-2, fires. That one's looped foul, left side, and drifts out of play. Keeps it at 1-2, but Batzer's delivery with that over-the-top motion, just a lot of break on his, essentially a 12-6 curve. Can catch batters out right on that front door or back door, depending on their handedness, but 1-2. Batzer checks Finelli quickly. Gets the sign, sets at the belt. The leg kick, the 1-2 is bounced in front of Reyes, 2-2.
Yeah, right there. Looks like that's the changeup right there. Or it looks like more of the curveball right there. 16 inches of vertical break. The last one had 0. Little slider curveball. Might speed him up right here.
The 2-2 hammered right field. That one's going back. And that one is going off the wall. 1 run will score for the Bombers as Finelli comes on home in a triple for Jason Wright as that one went off the right field wall. That one was absolutely mashed off of the bat. Thought we might have had an Oppo Taco from Jason Wright, but falls right there about 375 at the wall.
Yeah, I mean, he goes slider, curveball, slider right there, and that's just a tough pitch right there. Connor Batzer hangs it dead central on the zone right there, and Bombers take advantage, absolutely hammer it out to right field.
RBI triple, though. What a hit here in Palm Springs Stadium. It looks like a quick visit by one of the umps with Connor Batzer discussing his set position. Maybe he's not coming set long enough for the ump's liking, but a called strike to Humphreys.
Don't see a ton of catchers with RBI triples in their line.
0-1 from Batzer, fouled back first base side. And Steven, with that comment, got a glaring look from our honorary catcher, E.J. Sanchez, is not happy with that comment about catchers and triples, but a swinging strikeout there for Humphreys for out number 3, but not before the Bombers score 1 on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on, and the Bombers lead it 3-1 head into the bottom of the 7th here on the Power Baseball and Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
It's time for the Power to answer back. The Bombers it's 3-1. The Bombers lead. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Power. Alonzo Reyes, Isaiah Manji, and Aiden Perez. As good as a spot as any for the Power to start. Clawing back into this 2-run deficit now is a 1-run triple happened by the likes of Jason Wright in the top of the 7th, and time was had to be called because 2 pitchers, 1 for each team, threw a ball into the field of play in their bullpens down the foul lines. As the first one called a ball to Alonzo Reyes, who's gone down 0 for the day so far. 1-0, 2-0 quickly. As that one squirts by the backstop, Jason Wright. And what a pitching duel, though, that we've had so far here tonight. First, Batzer, and it looks like his day might be done as Amavisca's warming up, and that one's looped over to left field, and that drops in front of Farrell and gets by Humphrey for a single for Alonzo Reyes, and just what the Power needed here in the bottom of the 7th to start a rally.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame for Connor Batzer. He came in, knew what he had to do. He had to provide length and keep the power in the game. And he did that in spades. 7 innings, 3 runs. It looks like that's going to be the line for tonight. But if the Power could put up some runs here, they could keep him as the winning pitcher.
Dalton Thomas now pinch running for Alonzo Reyes here in the 7th. So getting some more speed and replacing Alonzo Reyes, and we'll have a pitching change here for the Bombers. So we'll take a break here on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network, and we'll ID that new Bombers pitcher coming up.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Wyatt Thomas now on the mound for the Bombers. The Palm Springs Power have numerous exciting promotional days on the horizon. Tuesday, January 18th is Hispanic Heritage Night, presented by Las Casuelas Terraza with giveaways provided. On Wednesday, June 19th, Bring Your Dog for Bark in the Park Night featuring Mayor Max of Idlewild. Then Friday, June 21st is City of Palm Springs Night with all Palm Springs residents receiving free admissions and food. Tickets for purchase at the Palm Springs Stadium box office on game day. And Wyatt Thomas on the mound for the Bombers. Pickoff move over to Dalton Thomas, but Thomas back in there safely. Just getting the ball back to Thomas goes a little errant, but close enough to everyone to keep Thomas at first. Isaiah Manji facing Wyatt Thomas for the first Power to face the big man Wyatt Thomas, and that one goes off the glove of Wright as he stood up to receive that one. And I know our resident catcher EJ Sanchez will not like this, but
that's
Steven,
a pass ball.
Yeah, that one's got to be a pass ball. You can't score that one anything except pass ball. And
sorry, EJ.
We're not going to mention that one to EJ Sanchez later. But nonetheless, a 1-0 count here to Isaiah Manji. Now Dalton Thomas at second, so just got to put the ball in play to allow Thomas to score really with the wheels. 1-0, watches it down the heart of the zone, 1-1 count. Really, Manji's job here is pretty simple. Just put the ball in play and let it land and let Thomas do the running. And hopefully you'll replace him at second base, the 1-1 inside, 2-1. Easier said than done, though. As anyone that knows the game of baseball knows, it's a lot easier to say than do in this sport. 2-1 from Thomas to Manji. Thomas checks on Thomas. Thomas danced around there at second base towards third. The 2-1 is upstairs. Goes to 3-1. Good at bat here from Manji.
And Cole, Dalton Thomas, he's only got 3 hits on the year, but he's worked great at bats. He's got a couple walks here and there, and really, it seems like he's been on base in a lot of the big moments for the Power.
3-1 looped right side, takes a nasty hop, goes off the glove of Burton, and that allows Manji to reach. We'll see what that one is scored. And they are giving Burton the E4. So allowing Manji to reach and Thomas to go over to third. No outs. It's a 3-1 Bomber lead here in the bottom of the 7th. And Aiden Perez looking to do some damage here. Wind blowing towards right field. Runners on the corners. No outs. Perez watches a slider called a strike. Looked low. Nonetheless, a 0-1 count to the left fielder. Defense playing straight up here against Perez. Ham holding Manji at first, so big gap over there on the right side of the infield. Pickoff move, Manji safe. Manji on first, Dalton Thomas the pinch runner on third, no outs, 1 strike, 0-1, and Perez watches that one, evens it up 1-1. 3-1 game. The Power looking to make a late game rally here.
Perez right there, 2 straight changeups, gets the call outside on one, goes even further, can't get a swing on there, doesn't get the call either, gets the ball. He looks like he's probably going to speed him up right here.
1-1, that one is sliced foul. 1-2 count for Aiden Perez from CSU Northridge. Handful of guys on this Power team from CSU Northridge. It's a 1-2 count. Thomas working from the first base side of the rubber. Checks Manji. Sets at the belt. Small leg kick, and there's a chopper left side, but it's chopped foul. Keeps it out 1-2. Perez still in the 1-2 count. And Thomas actually wanted that foul ball back to keep using that one. So the Power bench return it to him post haste.
I'm kind of surprised the umpires are letting him get that ball back with that scuff right there. Thomas, he's been working different speeds, changed the eye level. It went 2 changeups in a row, a fastball upstairs, drops in a curveball right there down low. He can go a lot of different ways right here.
1-2, and just catching a piece of that one is Perez. Just off the end of the bat, and that remains at a 1-2 count. We'll see if they allow Thomas to get that ball back, and looks like they will not allow Thomas to get that ball back a second time. Keeps it at a 1-2 count, though, after just managing to stay alive was Perez. Runners still at the corners. Infield playing about halfway here against Perez as the count has moved deeper. 1-2. Thomas quick check on Manji. Ready to face Perez. The 1-2 is pulled outside, 2-2. And getting the ball back to Thomas right as Thomas mishandled it, and luckily runners stay where they are in 2-2 count, no outs. Power don't want to give up a run on a silly base running mistake when the ball is loose. 2-2. Small lead by Manji. Small leg kick. Another one fouled off. Keeps it at 2-2.
So they're really hammering the changeup on Perez right here. They've thrown that pitch already 5 times against him. They've thrown a curveball in there. They've thrown a fastball, but they're really hammering that changeup, trying to hit that outside corner against Perez.
Wouldn't be surprised if we finally see a fastball here. 2-2 count. Thomas delivers and strikes out Perez swinging. That's a big first out if you're a Bombers player. And now Eli Brown, 0 for on the day, lined out and walked back in the 5th. And now with 1 out, Bombers looking to roll up a double play here with the 1 out. Manji still on first, Thomas on third. So 1-0 count to Eli Brown, right fielder from Mercer. Waits the 1-0. Thomas delivers the one low. Goes to 2-0 quickly to the man from Mercer. Outfield playing for a pole here. Shifted, maybe shaded is the better word here in the 2-0 count, and that one's inside. So Thomas pitching for the pole. Is he pitching inside right there to Brown, 3-0?
Yeah, right now, if I'm right, I'm going up. I'm stopping this at bat, just getting a quick meeting with Thomas, because that's 6 straight pitches that Thomas has just pulled to his glove side.
3-0 could load the bases here. Chopper right side. Looks like a 2-ball. 4-6-3, and called safe is Eli Brown. So a run does score for the Power, makes it a 3-2 game on the fielder's choice, and that was a close play there at first base. Eli Brown lucky to get the fielder's choice to just get the one out.
Yeah, Cole, there's nothing special to that play. It was a simple ground ball to second base. Solid throw by Burton. Harvey, a solid exchange right there. Gets the throw down to first, but it's really just all about the hustle by Eli Brown.
The legs narrow the gap to 3-2, and called strike to Cody Kashimoto. At the knees, 0-1.
And thanks to that, the bottom of the Power lineup getting it back up to the top with Cody Kashimoto working a couple good at-bats.
0-1 swinging. Draws it to 0-2. Could be a big inning here for the Power if they keep it going, but likely an even bigger inning for the Bombers if they can set down the Power here, just limit them to 1 run. Setting up on the outside is right. The 0-2 and Kashimoto goes down swinging for a third time. And there's the hat trick for Kashimoto. And the Power score 1 on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. The Power are down 3-2. Headed to the 8th on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
They're all earned, right?
Now Richie Amavisca on the mound for the Power. Connor Batzer's day is done after 7 full innings of work, and what a outing for Connor Batzer. 7 innings. He's got a handful of strikeouts. Didn't sit down too many via the strikeout, but did get a good amount. But Richie Amavisca now towing the rubber for the Power, looking to keep the game just a 1-run deficit as the Bombers lead at 3-2 through full 7 innings of work, in a replacement behind the mound as Reyes' day is done. We'll get a new ID on the battery mate of Amavisca when we get a chance, but it's 9-1-2 due up for the Bombers. Noah Burden, Kevin Harvey, and Zach Farrell, and Burden watches the first one for a called strike. Amavisca took over for Zach Wallace a few days ago. Amavisca tallied 2 strikeouts of his own. Now in an 0-2 count, Amavisca looking for a strikeout here.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise the other day to see Richie get on the mound, but once he did, I mean, he did nothing but impress.
The 0-2 is upstairs. 1-2. To the second baseman, Burden.
He'll be throwing it in the high 80s, sitting 88, 89 right now, throwing it off speed.
Lazy fly ball to center field as that one actually stays on the infield. Did not have as much care as I thought it would have. Into the glove of Holler. Second baseman for an easy out, number 1. Looked like and sounded like it was going to be a fly ball to center field, but the wind knocked it down very quickly for a pop out to Holler for out number 1. Now Kevin Harvey. Blind out, hit by a pitch. A great play by Kashimoto in the 6th, robbed Harvey of a hit. Quite a handful of web gems on the day. First it was Kashimoto with that diving play, and then Aiden Perez followed him quickly after. And that was all in the 6th inning for outs 1 and 3. Now a 1-1 count here to Harvey. 1-1, big swing. 1-2 now.
Cole, for a game that's been, it's been flying by. It's 8:45 and we're already in the 8th inning. Richie's doing everything he can to keep it moving as fast as possible.
1-2 hard line to the left side. That one will drop down in front of Perez. And going for 2 here is Harvey, and he will think better of it and stay on first base. So a hard single for Harvey, and he finally gets that hit that he deserved after smashing that one straight into the glove of Kashimoto last inning. Zach Farrell now struck out, singled, and grounded out on the day, so 1 for 3 for the man from West Point. Looks like we'll have a pinch runner here for the Bombers maybe coming up as Scott Stanley meeting with Kevin Harvey at first. Now meeting with another Bomber right there near first base bag. Not too sure what could be happening here, but it's number 55 for the Bombers. That's Kyle Harvey. So something must have happened there on that run down to first base or on the turn. And it's actually, I think, was Harvey supposed to be batting there and someone batted in his place? Or is Harvey being pulled from the game? It was Harvey that was batting, so pinch runner here for the Bombers.
Zach Peterson.
Weird moment there. Zach Peterson, the pinch runner. Couldn't tell at first if it was an injury or just batting out of order there for the Bombers as they called strike to Zach Farrell. 0-1 count. So pinch runner here in the 8th for Kyle Harvey. 0-1, 1 out. That one's lined sharply foul and almost takes out the first base coach of the Bombers. Goes 0-2 to the Black Knight, Zach Farrell.
Farrell right now doing his best job to interrupt Amavisca's timing because, again, every time he gets back on the mound, he doesn't pitch out of the windup, and he's just sitting there set already.
The 0-2 hard chopper left side field on his short hop. Manji goes to second, goes to first, gets the out at second. But the runner at first is called safe, so fielder's choice there for Farrell.
That was a great play there by Manji. That ball was hammered down the line and just hugging that foul line. Almost had a bad hop off the base, but Manji able to collect it, deliver a powerful throw down to second, and again, great transfer there. Almost got it for 2.
Nick Nacarado now up to bat, watches one on the black for a called strike on the outer half. Kirkland holding Farrell at first. Farrell with moderate-sized lead, 0-1. Amavisca checks Farrell. Delivers the 0-1. A looper left side, drifting back behind third base is Manji, and he will field it right from the home bullpen for out number 3. A good play there by Manji to retire the side and keep the Bombers off the board. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left on. And the Bombers lead it 3-2. We head to the bottom of the 8th on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
It's starting to be crunch time for the Power as they're down 3-2. In the bottom of the 8th. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Palm Springs Power. Austin Holler, Noah Blythe, and Aiden Tork and Steven. You really could not be in a better spot in the lineup if you're the Power looking to come back into this one with Holler leading it off.
Yeah, the Power right now, it's led on the back of a fantastic start by Connor Batzer, 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, no walks, 4 strikeouts, and he hit a batter. But right now, it's trying to get the middle of this lineup going. Austin Holler still looking for his first hit of the day. Noah Blythe, he's got a hit already. And they've already put up a few, but if Austin Holler could get on and start it for the middle of this Power order, we can have an exciting finish.
Holler in game 2 of the doubleheader went 0 for 3 officially on 5 plate appearances, and it's a 0-1 count to Holler here. So Holler actually lost a hit streak of 6 games in that second game of the doubleheaders. It's now 1-1 to the second baseman. In game 1, Holler went 3 for 4, so having to mentally reset as he's 1-2 now against Thomas here. And really one of the hardest things in baseball, I think, is getting back up on the horse after you lose a good hitting streak like that of 6 games, as it's a 1-2 count here to the Hilltopper. 1-2 to Holler. Grounded right side, fielded on a few hops for Burden, and he gets it and mishandles it. And Holler reaches safely on the E4.
Yeah, not a hit for the Power, but again, get a handle on the ball, put it in play, make their fielders work. It's all they really need to do. Now Noah Blythe coming up for the Power, and I mean, you couldn't ask to be in a better position when you need to come back.
As it's now Noah Blythe doubled back in the 4th. We'll need to put the ball in play for the Power here as it's 0-1 now. To Blythe, the DH for today. Pick-off attempt, but Holler in there easily. Blythe, 3rd time DHing this season. Leading the pack with that 3rd time DHing. Chopper left side, fielded on a few hops, but mishandling is Harvey at short, and everyone is safe. And back-to-back errors have the Power cooking on an E6 this time. So 2 errors in the inning, and now a runner in scoring position, and Blythe on first.
Yeah, nightmare start to the inning for the Bombers up the middle. I mean, two fairly routine grounders, not fairly hard hit. I mean, that one was 90 off the bat, but right at him. It's a play you need to make, but
that draws a pitching visit here for the Bombers. The Bombers coaches Paul DeFrancesco, Jake Woolwine, and Cole Peterson. So a mound visit here in a big spot, no outs. Runners on first and second, Blythe and Holler, and Aiden Torek, one of the most dangerous power batters that you'll face in this lineup. 2 home runs on the season, both of them being solo shots, and if Torek could put some torque behind this one, could blow this game wide open for the Power. No outs. Facing the Gale from St. Mary's, Aiden Torek. First pitch to Torek, goes to the left side, and that drops in front of the left fielder, Farrell. And coming on home here is Holler, and that makes it a 3-all game. Just a good piece of heating there for Torek. Evens up the game at 3-3 here in the bottom of the 8th and no outs.
I mean, it feels like I'm saying it every single game, but Aiden Torek just on fire, and I mean, he's still an RBI machine for the Power. Just takes a little breaking ball, turns on it. It was low in the zone, able to pull it right up the middle of the third baseman and shortstop for the Bombers, and Austin Holler had a good jump and dead sprint all the way around. Power tie it up late.
That was not necessarily a batted ball. That is a for sure run-scoring hit. I mean, that was hit right in front of Farrell, and Farrell came up trying to gun down Holler, but Holler with the good speed, able to score from second base on the softly hit ball. And that one was a pickoff attempt, gets by the glove of Harvey. And runners advance 90 feet as Coach Dill decides to keep Blythe at third. Probably a smart decision there, as backing up the play was Nacarado, but a errant pickoff attempt and another error in my book allows the Power to take 90 more feet. No outs still. Mark Kirkland, 1-0 count. Infield drawn in. Thomas delivers the 1-0. Big swing from Kirkland, comes up empty.
Yeah, an E1 right there, and it's been happening the whole game. The Power have been taking really big leads at second base, right? And with the infield playing with the middle pinch in right here, trying to prevent it, trying to prevent any ground balls from getting through. Right there, the Bombers try and get a little bit of a backdoor pick on the Power, and just the great base running all night and aggressiveness forces the Bombers to get into an unneeded error right there.
2-1 count after a front door breaker didn't catch the zone. 2-1 to Kirkland. 2-1, that one takes off of right, and that is a 4-3 game for the Power after a pass ball or a wild pitch, depending on who you ask. That one just took a piece of right with it as it went off of his mask. It's a 4-3 game after a pass ball. And what a series of events to give the Power their lead here in a game that did not look like it was going to be possible to get a Power victory. 3-1 now to Kirkland. Runner on third, infield drawn in still. Kirkland watches it low, and he will have a walk. So Torek on third after that pass ball. Wild pitch. And Kirkland on first after the walk. And what a series of events, though, there for the Power. As Angel Cortez now entering the game. Entered after Dalton Thomas pinch ran in the 7th. We'll have time called here, and it looks like another pitching change coming up for the Bombers. Runners at the corners, no outs for the Power. The Power lead it 4-3 after 2 runs scoring on 1 hit and 3 errors on the Bombers. We'll be back with the new Bombers pitcher here on the Palm Springs Baseball Broadcasting Network in just a moment here from the Coachella Valley.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
And right now, the Power looking like they're trying to pull the victory from the jaws of defeat. As runners on the corners, no outs. New pitcher on the mound, Jake King from Doane College, facing Angel Cortez. Cortez's first plate appearance after defensive replacement, replacing Dalton Thomas, who replace Alonzo Reyes. On the base path, and that one is yanked outside. The first pitch from King. Lucky to not go all the way to the backstop and make it a larger lead for the Power. 2-0. That one's drifting right field, and that will go straight to the glove, though, of Finelli. And tagging on home here is Aiden Torek. Makes it a 5-3 game on the sac fly off the bat of Angel Cortez. Just doing the job to get the run scored for the Power. Just 1 out now. Isaiah Manji up to bat. It's a brand new ball game after the Power scored 3 so far here in the 8th.
Brand new ball game, brand new pitcher. Kind of an awkward sequence right there. I mean, Thomas throws 1 pitch to Cortez and then gets pulled. In comes King and a rude awakening.
Manji, hard hit, center field. And that one is called off by everyone as Burden drifts all the way back to shallow right center for out number 2. And what a play there by Burden, though. Turning and burning for the second out on the fly out to the second baseman. Something you don't say too often, but now Aiden Perez digging in. 0 on the day. The Power lead it 5-3 after this 3-run 8th inning. Aiden Perez close stance. Hands right under the jaw, 1-0 to the left fielder now.
Cole, whether it's Burren, Kashimoto, Harvey, Manji, Perez, I mean, the defense all day has been outstanding.
As we enter the later innings, as that one is a loose ball, and going for second there is Mark Kirkland. Now a 2-0 count to Aiden Perez.
Yeah, just a pass ball right there. Looked like tried to get a changeup inside and just went right off of Wright's glove.
2-0 count to Perez after the pass ball. 2 outs, runner on second. Big swing from Perez on a pitch outside. Makes it 2-1. King with an electric blue glove on his left hand. Works from the stretch, sets at the belt, toe taps a few times, delivers a 2-1, and that one's found straight back, 2-2.
Perez, one of the late additions for the Power so far. He's only got 3 games under the belt, but he's already got a couple RBIs. In 12 at-bats, he's got 4 hits, and he's scored a couple runs. He's been in this spot before, and he's taken advantage with runners in scoring position.
Puts a drive into this one. Shallow right field, calling everyone off, is Burden for the third out. A pop-up to the second baseman, so back-to-back plays for Burden. Power score 3 on 1 hit, 3 errors, 1 left on. And the Power looking to close the door against the Bombers here in the top of the 9th on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great, now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Bombers down to the last 3 outs. Not something we thought we would have to say tonight, as they were leading it all the way up until that bottom of the 8th inning when the Power scored 3 on just a single hit, but 3 errors, and now looking to close the door against the Bombers. Kyle Mosley coming off an appearance where he went 5 innings, 9 Ks. Those were 5 innings of shutout work. Now looking for a save against the heart of the order, Mateo Lake, Gianluca Finelli, and Levi Ham. The first pitch from Mosley, a swing and strike. Start to look ahead for the Power. Back at it again tomorrow against the Cal Highlanders. 0-2 now to Mateo Lake. It's 0 for on the day as a DH. The 0-2 Mosley looking for the strikeout. Well-struck grounder and a 3-1 put out on the flip to Mosley for out number 1. So 1 quick out. The Power 2 outs away of getting victory from the jaws of defeat. Can't take credit for that one, though. That came from Stephen Buxton himself. Gianluca Finelli, the right fielder, up to bat. First one line hard to right field, and that will drop down. A hit for the Bombers to keep it just at 1 out. Well-struck ball from Finelli.
Right there, Kyle Mosley looks like he just left a cutter a little high inside corner of the zone, and right there, all he can do with it, just take it, put it into left field, and move the baton over to Levi Ham.
First pitch to Ham. He's calling a ball from Kyle Mosley. Next up, though, the Cal Highlanders. Tomorrow against the Power in the 0-1 count from Mosley. Stays low. Makes it a 2-0 count. In that game against the Highlanders, it'll be Adam and Steven on the call. Adam Oppenheim and Steven Buxton, 2-0 count from Mosley to Ham. Quickly a 3-0 count to the first baseman. Nothing going on in the bullpen for the Power. As you would expect, as Mosley just entered the 3-0, 1 out. That one's lined sharply over towards the concession stand. 3-1 now. Hopefully Sue and her concession stand crew is all right down there on the third base side. But back to the game. Finelli on first. Levi Ham, 3-1 count. Defense in their regular spots. 3-1 hard chopper. Left side. Takes a hard bounce off of Kashimoto. And that'll be a hard one to score if they give Kashimoto the error or they give Ham the hit. They're giving Kashimoto the rough error. So Ham struck that one like a missile right back at Kashimoto and not given the hit, but that's not our prerogative to deal with. So 2 runners on. That one's hit to the right side. That one gets through the infield, and coming home is Finelli now, trying to gun him down at the plate. And Finelli is safe on the strong throw from Brown. So runners at first and second. It's a 5-4 game after 2 hits.
Yeah, that last one right there, just a hard grounder right at Kashimoto. I mean, it was 99 off the bat. Hard to deal with all that. Might have taken a tough hop, but you got to make that play right there. And then the next one, just a little changeup, left it middle, and Mosley's just happy he didn't do more with that right there.
Now a pinch hitter here. It's Brooks Batchman from Colorado Mesa University. Batting for Cannon Humphreys, who was 0 for on the day. First pitch from Mosley, slider, stays low for a 1-0 count. Count. 5-4 game, 1 out, runners on first and second. Mosley fires. Another slider, this time a strike, 1-1 count. Brooks Bachman wearing the number 52, the left-handed batter. 2-1 count now to Bachman as that one stays outside. Two-one count. That one doesn't catch the zone either. Quickly 3-1 to Bachman. And Mosley, after a phenomenal outing, not able to do the same here in a relief appearance. 3-1 count to Bachman. Sets and fires the 3-1, goes to 3-2 after a swinging strike. Bachman steps out of the box and resets. Full count. Mosley sets and fires, and there's a strikeout swinging. And the Bombers down to their final out after the strikeout swinging from Mosley.
Yeah, that's a great job by Mosley right there. He just kept creeping the zone a little further outside, kept getting Bachman to chase more and more. And right there just takes that 74-mile-an-hour curveball, about 3-4 balls outside, and Bachman can't do anything with it.
Now another pinch hitter. This time, Dalton Irwin from Yavapai College, replacing Noah Burton. Struck out and popped out twice, so 0 for 3 on the day for Burton. Irwin from Yavapai College is mentioned. First one from Mosley. Stays up near the head and doesn't catch the zone, but he wanted that one to catch that back door to Irwin. Bombers, though, down to their last down after thinking they would have the victory over the Power, and there's a quick strike from the hand of Mosley, 1-1. 1-1 count. That one slider did not catch the zone, 2-1. Infield playing guard lines is Manji and Kirkland closer to the foul lines than anything else. 2-1 from Mosley. Slider does not catch the zone again. 3-1.
Mosley really leaning on that slider right now. Sped him up a little with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, but really just a few filthy pitches that I'm shocked that Burton's been able to lay off of.
3-1, and Mosley walks them full. And a big spot now for the top of the order, and it will be Zach Peterson, who entered as a pinch runner last inning for Kevin Harvey. So big moment here, though, for Peterson. First at bat. We'll see what he can do here against Mosley. The 0-0 called a strike on the inner black. Generous Carl after a few not going the way of Mosley. Zach Peterson, 0-1 count, bases juiced. 0-1, there's a swinging strike, and the Bombers down to their last strike here. Mosley would get a hard-earned save after giving up a run here in the bottom of the ninth. 0-2 count to Peterson. And there's a strikeout for Mosley. Shuts the door on the Bombers just in time to get the victory. And what a game for the Power. And we'll be giving the player of the game to Aiden Torek as he came in and was very pivotal for the Power to get this 5-4 comeback victory after the Power scored just 2 through the first 7 innings. And then they scored 3 in the 8th to take the victory from the jaws of defeat. And the Power will be back at it again tomorrow against the Cal Highlanders. Adam Oppenheim and Stephen Buxton on the call tomorrow. That's a 7 o'clock game time here from Palm Springs Stadium. The final once more. 5-4, the Power taken after a late game comeback. This will do it for Cole Paveglio and Stephen Buxton. Until next time, from all of us at the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network, so long.